Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're installing some new pedals on the Mini Rocker here. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content we got on this channel. So like I said in my last video, I showed you guys, we picked up a sick little Mini Rocker here. It's a fun little bike, and it's got a lot of potential for having a ton of fun. But first thing, like I mentioned in my last video, this pedal over here is only half a pedal. So we gotta swap pedals out for some new pedals. Right now this feels super awkward to ride because it's only half a pedal. But after today's video, when we throw new pedals on here, it'll ride like a normal, well, not normal, kind of normal bike. It'll ride like that. So we're gonna go ahead, show you guys how to take off these pedals, throw on new pedals, show you guys some tricks just so you remember which way your pedals go. And let's go ahead, let's get down here, let's start taking these pedals off and throw some new ones on. Alright, so before we going ahead taking off the pedals on this Mini Rocker, I do want to mention one thing about the Mini Rockers in specific. So the Mini Rockers, if you're looking to get new pedals, if you have a standard one-piece cranks, pretty much the crank arms do not come off and they are just one solid piece of metal altogether, you're going to need a 1/2 inch threaded pedal. So 1/2 inch thread versus a 9/16 you'd find on any other bike. So make sure you do that. If you have a 3-piece where the crank arms bolt on to the bottom bracket separately, then you can take those off and remove them. 9/16 is going to be what you want. But in my case, these are 1/2 inch pedals, so you're going to be a little more limited, but make sure you get the right size, otherwise they're not going to fit. So let's go ahead, we're going to take off a crappy old pedal first. Here, this one on this side, we're going to swap both out, of course. We got some of these Odyssey black flat pedals here that, pretty simple. They're going to get ground up, they're going to get beat up on. I want to be able to bail when I need to bail, and pretty easy, pretty cheap. So pick those up. Well, let's get these guys off so we can get those new ones on. So in my hand here, I have a pedal wrench here. All this is it pretty much gives you extra leverage. So on here you have 15 millimeter and a 9/16, but we're gonna use a 15 millimeter in this case. And all this does is it's thinner, so you can actually reach on there and get the pedal if it's a tight clearance. In this case, you could probably use a 15 millimeter open-end wrench if you wanted to, but this also gives you a lot more leverage and just makes it easier to get the pedals on and off. And when you're taking pedals on and off a lot, it helps. So taking pedals off is a pretty easy task. Now your pedals, one is going to be regular rotation and the other one is going to be counter rotation. So the pedal on the drive side of your bike, so that's the side with the chain on it, that side is going to be a standard rotation. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. That's going to be that side. Your opposite side on the left side of the bike, or the non-drive side, is going to be counterclockwise. So pretty much it's going to be righty loosey. Am I doing that right? Yeah, so this side's gonna be opposite, so righty loosey, lefty tighty. Alright, so opposite direction on this side, regular direction on this side. So, with that being the case, easy way to remember how to get them off and make sure you're not tightening them. Go ahead, stick your pedal wrench on here. In this case, this bike is too small to fit in my bike stand, so we're just gonna use our feet and hold it on the ground. To loosen them, what you're gonna do is you're gonna push towards the back of the bike. Every time, push towards the back of the bike, it's gonna be loosening your pedals if it is on the ground on its wheels. So, go ahead and pop that guy loose. Go ahead and unscrew them all the way. And there's our old guy, half pedal. Check that guy out of the way. And we're gonna grab our new pedals. So new pedals, sometimes you get lucky. And in this case, these ones have the brand name Odyssey on them. And the Odyssey is facing the back of the bike. So you can read the word Odyssey when you're sitting on the bike. So that makes these guys pretty easy to know which way not to mess up on. Otherwise, you can look sometimes at the bottom of them on the very end there. It'll say an L or an R. You can take a look at that. Other times it'll say L or R up here on the shaft where you would actually tighten it up. So you kind of can look for those. But either way, whether you know it's the right pedal or not, you want to hand tighten this guy first. You don't want to just start using a tool. You want to make sure it threads in by hand nice and smoothly at first. So in this case, we're on the non-drive side first. So we're gonna go here, and like I said, when you loosen it, you're pushing towards the back of the bike. When you're tightening it, you're going towards the front of the bike. And you do want to throw some grease on these. I went ahead and put some on prior to this video, just to make sure we don't have any problems later on. They go on nice and smooth, and they'll come out nice and smooth. So we're gonna go as far on as we can, just with our fingers. That way we know it is engaged in the threads and it's going to go in smoothly. If you use just a wrench on this, right from the get-go, there's a potential you're going to strip this guy out. So, then we'll go ahead, we'll pop our pedal wrench on there and we're just going to finish tightening it the rest of the way. And once you have that tight to that point, you want to make sure you put some weight on this pedal because you don't want your pedals to fall off. That'd be pretty catastrophic. So make sure we put a decent amount of strength on there. And this bike makes it kind of interesting because there's no brakes and it's super small. And there we go, one pedal installed. Should I do the same to the other side? So drive side, like I said, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Standard way you'd be tightening your pedals, but again, I'm gonna go ahead and pop our wrench on there. We're gonna stick our foot on the other pedal because there's no brakes on this bike. And we're going to just push towards the rear of the bike. Same as we did on the other side, just push towards the rear. And once that's loose enough, we can just loosen it by hand. Just go ahead and unscrew this guy. And as you can tell, that guy there, it's been worn and ridden on a little bit. That's okay. Chuck that guy over there. Grab our other new Odyssey pedal here, and we're gonna go ahead and tighten this guy up. And again, like push towards the rear of the bike to take it off, push towards the front of the bike to put it on. So, do it by hand. Get that guy all set, and we'll grab our pedal wrench here, and we'll just tighten that guy the rest of the way up. And again, once it's all the way tight, put some weight on it. So this bike just wants to move, of course. Put some weight over there, tighten this guy down, make sure it's nice and tight. And then we're just going to back pedal through it to make sure it doesn't smack anything. And that guy looks all set, ready to rip. There we go. Got some new pedals installed on the bike. Super simple process. Same process applies to pretty much any bike you're going to be working on. So it's time for you to go out, get yourself some new pedals, swap out your old crappy plastic ones, and get something a little bit nicer. So there we go. New pedals installed on the Mini Rocker, ready to rock and roll on the Rocker Plus iRock Metal. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, or at least learned something. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. All the tools and all the products I used in today's video are going to be in my description down below if you want to pick some up for yourselves. If you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Love talking to you guys, love answering your questions, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.